Hello everybody and welcome to part 22 of Assaltya. I'm just going to shift the focus down here and pass the turn. This is the last of the major Incan strongholds. His other two cities are on the smaller side. Later settles, no doubt. Okay, let's see. Tiwanaku. Let's go ahead and sell this off, and now we're able to raise the city. Oh, whoops. I often try to teach people that order matters, and this is an accidental lesson on one of the ways in which order matters. There we go. So yeah, a little tip there. If you're ever raising a city and somebody's like nearby, just stop the raise temporarily so you can get your bombard on. Cool beans. Alrighty, let's see. Looks like we failed to take amphibious before, so I'm going to go ahead and take that now. We are at a point in time where our Navy is getting pretty developed, so I don't know how important it's going to be as far as like attacking cities from the water, but we still might get into fights in the water over rivers, so this series has kind of helped me understand how underrated, at least in my book, that promotion can be. Alright, let's see, we're focusing on land units with our frigates, because over here Ardia should be a relatively easy scoop, but after that I imagine Mediolanum's going to be a bit of a slugfest, where if we do manage to capture it, they're going to be able to overpower us, so we need to be able to shoot from the bay as much as possible. It is pretty nice that all this is flat. This is flat, right? Yeah, it's pretty nice that all this is flat so that our frigates can have some real reach over there. And we've addressed that. Okay, what else is going on here? We have more iron. Nobody's interested. And pay no attention to this copper over here. It's Tiwanaku, which is about to be burned to the ground. And that leaves us with construction projects. Frigate is done here. Let's see, that's 4 souls making number 5. So let's get on with privateers. It had occurred to me that it may have been a mistake to build the 3rd caravel, especially since we had spent 3 turns finishing it up here when we could have been building frigates. I had forgotten that caravels are more like the scouts of the water. They have the extra sight, but they only have 4 movement points and 20 strength, whereas privateers not only have 25% more movement and combat, but they also have prize ships, which basically means if you conquer a boat with your privateer, there's a chance that you just get to have that boat in your navy. And then also coastal raider, which means more gold for attacking. Is it attacking or conquering cities? I'm not sure. Earn gold and capturing enemy, especially attacking coastal cities to earn gold. Okay, so that reads like it's just the attack. All the same, we do have Ardia to capture, so I guess the 3rd melee is probably excusable. Alright, so let's get down to the main event here. The first thing that catches my eye is that these two need to swap to do their thing, to both be able to do their thing. Next thing I see is this guy here. We'll probably be able to take him down with just 2 musketman hits. I know this guy's getting pretty beat up here, but by doing it this way, we basically make it to where every single tile around here is encircled, which is beautiful, because if he manages to spit out another unit, another military unit this turn, not only will it not be able to move, but because they're stacked, neither one of them will be able to execute an attack. So we've basically crippled this city in every way possible in doing that. Alright, let's go to the workers next. We have a full repair job here, which is nice. That means next turn it'll be finished. We'll be able to pillage that. Same thing here, it looks like. Okay. So I guess that means these guys will pillage these tiles next turn. So it looks like next turn we're going to have a big old pillage party. But he's down to 1 movement point, so he can't do that now. These tiles will be finished next turn. He can do this one next turn. He could do this one now, I suppose. It's not going to hurt anything. So there's that. Alright, we'll just get our shots in here. So anyways, it looks like everything's done over here as far as planning. We're going to do the siege towers. I'm just looking at this worker. I see that it's really nice that we kind of have this wishbone road structure If we really wanted to, after we were finished here, we could split the army up and go half and half and probably conquer both cities. On the other hand, we do need to start kind of heading towards Rome. And we are starting to get negative effects from conquering cities, even though they haven't met the Inca. So maybe not wipe these guys out if we left them with just Cornholio over here. That should... Because the whole plan over here, we already stole 2 techs with the first 2 conquerors. After that, we're just, basically making them ineffective. So when we turn away from them, they can't stab us in the back. Anyways, so I like the idea of the worker getting started heading on this road over here. I see a lot of tiles that can be pillaged over here. We're about to lose this here. And then, of course, we're also going to want to tear up some roads in our borders. Anyways, let's get on with slapping of the city here. I'm going to take this guy down quick. Love these siege towers. I think it's especially beautiful that... hey, you know what? Okay. It's something that just occurred to me with what's about to happen here. We were originally talking about going on 182 based on our rate of gold, being able to buy Belgrade in our pocket. We're going to have to give them 1,000 gold. But I failed to take into account that we're pillaging tiles, we're selling off buildings, we're going to intercept this caravan. We've been tributing city-states all game long. So let's go ahead and actually tell Rome off now. Because, as you request... Very well. Oh, he's coalescing. Weird. Yeah, we just kind of met him, so it's kind of weird that he's like just bending to our commands here. So yeah, already it's looking like, well, quite frankly, we're going to intercept this and then get 100 gold. It looks like we could have attacked next turn on 180 instead of the 182 we were originally shooting for. But we do have an audience, so let's try to make nice with it. Alright, so he's going wide so as not to be captured. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about this at the start of the episode. Okay. Sorry, I know I've just been doing a lot of jabbing here, but real quick here. We're looking at a great scientist coming up, and off camera I was thinking, well, you know what? If we bulb that into industrialization, we can find coal quicker, get factories up quicker, ideology. We are about to take a few cities, so our happiness is going to dip a bit, etc. The ideology is a pretty big swing in the game. Now, normally I would say that you want to plant 2 or 3 academies in your national college city before you start, quote-unquote, wasting great scientists on bulbs, because basically the bulbs are worth the last 8 turns of science, or 8 times your current rate, I don't know, but it's just a quick burst. And the longer you wait, the more powerful they are. However, you can see by just the way the game's unfolded thus far, it's probably not going to be that long of a game. Number one. And number two, like Nineveh, we want the city to grow as much as possible, but these having to work great people tiles, it's kind of slowing things down. And we still have another prophet coming over here for another holy site. So we really don't want to set down another academy. But anyways, that got me thinking, okay, well, we're going to have coal a little bit earlier than normal. And I started looking at the map, and I'm like, hill, 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 right? And you come down to Ulundi, look at all these hills. Now, granted, this is a puppet, and, we don't have, we're not in a position to be annexing it with all the cities we're going to be taking over in the near future. Anyways, my point is that I wanted to actually start moving this worker up to Tikal, and then we can take this guy who is a Byblos worker and start heading back. We're looking to get this guy captured, but right now we're at war with Byblos because they're allied with Inca, so we can't do that anytime soon. So I want to have this guy just kind of hanging out around Ulundi, and this guy hanging out to Tikal, and that way if we were to find some coal, we could do something about it. Alright, so this is kind of a joke. Could just have this guy start heading down south. We have a camp here, assuming it's still there. Camp down here. That's where we were going to sacrifice Byblos. So I could just have this guy head down south. I kind of want them sticking together. Let me look at something. Okay, so we could one-shot that. Let's do that. That way he can clean that up and then go from there. We had just been gifted a pikeman. Hang on a second. I just distracted myself with an idea. We're basically in a position where we are going to be taking a bunch of cities over, so it might be a good idea to start slowing down growth of our cities, at least for now. Once we burn down all the Incan cities and capture Ardea, we're probably going to be able to go from there. So this slows down growth in this by 1 turn. We're always going to let Nineveh grow. Let's see here. We'll do that there. Growth in 2. That there. Nice. We're actually making a difference here. And then over here, we're already kind of choking. Same there. Okay. And then here we're burning down. Alright. So anyways, we were gifted this guy. We only have 1 death squad in the south. We have 2 camps that well, technically 3 camps since they're actually working on the 1. And I think it might be a good idea to have 1 jump in the water and to basically police Inca land. So I'll start having this guy head south. And likewise, this guy can step south and take a shot here. Alright, we smoked that guy. Very good. I'll probably be able to smoke this guy also. Nice. Cool. So pillage here, step. So we'll just go ahead and clean up all these tiles. We got like 3 guys here that can be doing some pillaging. And go from there. Okay, he's just in the water here because Rome is capable now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's heading over to the east. We got this camp out here that's entrenched in city-states and very far away, so not really worth sending a death squad out all this way. Hoping that the knight can do something with that. Alright, let's move with the caravel first. We're talking 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so from here, we can see his caravel, but he can't see ours because we have the Great Lighthouse. Unless... Yeah, see how it says 3 honor here? When it displays that, what it's actually telling you is it's 3 policies within the honor tree. It doesn't account for the honor opener. Which means if he had the exploration opener and no policies in exploration, we would have no way of knowing it. So I think it is entirely possible he could see us, but we have no way of knowing that for sure. So let's just... we're not even at war yet, so it doesn't really matter all that much. And it looks to me like this guy wants to go 1 more tile. Alright, so in the bay here, let us... I imagine like an arrangement where the caravels... Right now we have 2 caravels, 2 frigates. Obviously we're working on beefing that up, you know, from these units over here. So for now I kind of want the frigates towards the or the caravels towards the outside to get... Yeah, looking for stuff like this. Alright, so there's no way to go... Alright, let's try not to be seen as much as possible. These embarked units only have a 1 sight radius. Look at this. See, this is what I'm talking about. If we were at war with this guy right now, I mean, we could be doing some serious cleaning up virtually for free. So let's move this guy in. Oh, okay. Worker there. Alright, so something like this. And then we can have the caravel fan out for just maximum visibility. Get the frigates in here. We don't want to go too far, though, because we want our melee boats to be able to slap into... Oh yeah, I forgot to address this guy. I guess we'll just tank. There we go. That's everybody. Alright, cool. Moving along. There's 100 gold. From, yeah, see? So now we're... In fact, we should hit 1,000 gold this turn. Yeah. Nice. Alrighty. Lots going on this turn. Let's get to it. Great scientist. Okay, so just a quick little primer here. Let us say that we didn't have sailing or optics, and we clicked on compass. So it would say 1, 2, 3. If we balled the scientist, we would get the 1 tech for free because it can complete 1 tech. It can't complete 2. So this would say 1 turn remaining, and I believe the game does like retain all the spillover so that when you know the turn after that, it's all delegated to compass. However, there has been a time in the past, I don't remember the specifics, like either the spillover went wrong or whatever. I don't remember what got me into this habit, but always want to, and I think most people queue their techs. I'm like a micromanager, so I don't ever do that, but always tell the game where you want the spillover to go before you ball the scientist. And I wish I could say exactly why that is. Alright, our gold per turn goes up by, I think it was like 9 or 10 with the inclusion of these, so that's pretty sweet, right? And now we're 4 turns away from revealing coal. Okay, there is a camp in our backyard. Okay, so let's see here. We do have a squad here with nothing to do. They seem pretty well positioned to get onto that, so let's do that. In fact, if we really wanted to, we could have the knight cross the river this turn and have the musket man be the Don't know exactly how important that is. Who it matter? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. That's 1 point. 1, 2, 3. That's 2 points. 1, 2. That's 3 points. So if this is like a pikeman or whatever, we could back up if we wanted to. Yeah. So, come on, musket man. All right. So pretty even, Steven. We'll back up for now. Go like that. I suppose what we could do next turn is have these two swap places. I don't think he can get to the fullest extent, but enough to be able to like tank for this guy 2 turns from now. That's a good plan, I think, because all of our units over here are kind of spoken for in one way or another, so I don't want to get too deep into that. If he no longer needs your help, which tells me that Rome represented, they get the credit. Good for them. Alright, and what else we got? Construction project. Workshop is finished in Tikal. That's really good because we're about to hit secularism, so 2 science is better than 1 faith, I would think. Alright, on to amphitheater. Amphitheater is finished here. We could go zoo, we could go bank, or we could go caravan. I know that we were kind of welcoming this gap in the trade routes because cargo ships are more profitable. But with the waters about to heat up, I'm not sure if it's worth the risk necessarily. Although I'll tell you what, Singapore, Kathmandu, these are cities that we currently have no way of influencing religious-wise. So I think I want to stick on the cargo ship, if only for that reason. So even though the caravan could be up sooner and be a nice little burst of gold, let's go with the bank instead. It could be argued that zoo is appropriate here because we are going to be taking some bunch of cities and they're going to take some time to burn down. However, this is going to be a temporary problem, right, once they burn down. So look at this. Look at this. Okay, we know we have a worker coming, so let's do... Whoops. I think we're taking the city next turn, so let's save that so that we get the full use of the road there. But he can step back onto the road here. We could pillage this next turn, right? Yeah. This guy's on a hill, so he can shoot back. So let's do that. What I'm thinking, though, is this guy was just standing here to heal up, waiting for the caravan. The caravan's been intercepted. So let's come over here, because we can help with this guy. And then all these tiles can be how he manages to heal up. So since we're going to the hill, let's take a step just to see what we can see. And do some of that there. Alright, so on to the main event here. We got a repair here. We got a repair here. So what this means now is that we have a lot of pillaging we can do. We can pillage here. 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 And here. Okay. Alright, so now let's put a shot in there, a shot in there. And it's kind of looking like a 2 siege tower capture here. Let's start with the ones on this side of the river. Let me take a peek here. 18. What would you do? 27. Alright, so we put this guy away. It gives him the ability to heal up in the city tile. And it frees everybody else up to start heading over towards Ollantaytambo. There we go. Nice. Alright. So viewing the city doesn't... oh, we got a great work. That would have actually shown up in the screen, but I failed to... There it is. Yeah. Alright, I just went straight into a view city. Which is funny, because I was actually going to say viewing city at this point is not really going to do much, because at this point in the game they're going to have lots of buildings, and we're going to be raising the city, so it really doesn't matter what we find here. So we'll say raise the city. We'll set it to gold focus. And then I see 2 maintenance and 40 lump sum there, so there's that. It's going to make us choose a project. And then let's go ahead and puppet, burning, puppet, Tikal. Let's give it to Tikal. This is the last city we could be building units in with our current configuration. Alright, so that addresses all that. And take a look at this. We were talking about saving up to 182 for 1,000 gold, and now it's 180, and we're already at. Speaking of which, did we denounce this guy? We did not.
Salve.
Publicly denounce. All right. So we could actually go this turn, and may still, but let me clean up all this so that we see what's going on. So he has one movement point left, right? He's heading over here, and now he's got much larger range. Let's have a great general also head up that way, because we're going to have a couple things going on over there. Now over here, though, we can have this guy go to there. He can go to there. He could go further, but there's not really a need to. Okay. Yeah, there's not really a need to. We're probably going to have the siege tower land here next turn just to be out of sight, then swoop in the following turn, and then he's providing sapper, at which point he should be in range to take a shot and be damaged, so then we can follow up from there. So let's at least get these guys on the road, like so. Same with him. I'm thinking as far as workers go, though, we have too many down here, right? Like, we already have one coming over to this continent to act as a scout. We could have one come up to go to the Rome lands, which we're not going to be doing too much on land just yet. Let's get this guy across the river for sure. So he's heading over towards the newest main event. So yeah, I mean, we got 4 workers down here plus this one. And having one stay behind to work on Cusco makes a lot of sense, especially since we're about to reveal coal. One could go in the water to go over there, maybe one to help over here. We just have too many workers. Let's see, Incan, Venetian, Incan, Zulu, Mayan. Okay, all civs. So yeah, let's just go ahead and nuke this guy. We'll probably end up nuking one of these as well. Anyways, moving along. Oh, that's a nice little time up there. Okay, he's coming over to Ulundi. We have a hill here and a hill here. So I'm not sure where we'd want to go. We'll just tuck him into the city tile. And then he'll come up here. Alright. So we'll take our shot here. Nice. We'll go like that. Clear it out. Yeah, we're making more money and more money. So let's see here. It's going to take him 2 turns to get here. 1 turn there. If we go here, it takes him 2 turns to get here. Traffic jam, which is not useful. Tell you what, let's have him come back into here. He could actually take a turn to heal up and then hop on the road while this guy is like heading down this way. Or we just have him hop on the road and go from there. Yeah, because we have people coming down, so maybe the pikeman meets up with this crossbow. Oh, that's a decision for next turn. Okay. Alright, so he's heading. Well, actually, before we do all that, let's just double check here. Okay, we've already addressed that. Okay, so it's a new turn. We'll say pillage, step, pillage, step. We could have this guy step and shoot, but he's damaged. So let's have him step and pillage. And in fact, next turn he can pillage step. He can cross the river. And that way next turn they can pillage and step out of border. So he might have to sit here and soak up some damage along the way. Alrighty. So I think that means these guys are free to continue heading down south. We'll have to just do it this way for now. You have to sit tight there, buddy. We're going to continue to develop all the hills we know of. In case some coal pops up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, cool. Yeah. We can one-shot that. Alright. Okay, so here, let's see. Go all the way to there without trespassing. And then he could go. Alright, we can't occupy that hex, obviously, so we could go to there. Could have gone up here, but that's useless. Alright, over here. Oh my gosh, look at all these ripe targets. We could actually go right now, though. Actually, let me take a look at this. 82, because they also want a donation. 85, 750. Is this still on track? 90. Yeah, okay, 90. Yep. Can't be done by this. So if we had 1750, we could buy both of these. And that would be especially good because our weakness over here is inland for now. I imagine we capture this, and like I said earlier, we're just take like a last stand here, fighting over this in perpetuity until our land units can land and go from there. So this would give us a bit of a presence inland. Plus, if we bought this and not this, there's a chance that they just duke out among one another. We're already up to 1500, so next turn we become 1600. So we're only talking about a delay of a turn or two, but doubling the amount of military. Because at this point in the game, you can see, I mean, they're going to have a bit of a standing army. They obviously won't have Gliuses up in Geneva, so I'm thinking maybe try and wait here. Which really sucks, because we have so many prime targets here. Anyways, let's step up here to 3, 4, 5. Get some good visibility there. This guy, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I don't want to get out of range of being able to slap the city. So we'll end up here. Here, yeah. So 3, 4, just in case it matters. 5, something like that. Alright, we'll bring this guy up from behind as far as we can. And then we'll bring this guy up. Also, it doesn't much matter where he's at, so something like that should be fine. Alright, you sit and wait. This guy, I think we determined, wants to come down 1 hex. There we go. Okay, next turn. So, oh, I suppose we could have put focus over here. Or better yet, up here. Find out what these guys are up to. So he did shoot at us. Alright, what's going on here? Ooh, okay. So, this is a pivotal fork in the road, and I think a pit where a lot of people can make some mistakes. In fact, I think we should make the mistake. Range versus logistics. Now, obviously, with any ranged unit, having both of these is great. If you go logistics first, you get the pair sooner, because double shots means, in theory, you should be able to gain XP twice as fast. Whereas if you take range, you're still slogging it away to get the next level. However, we are in a state of perpetual war, and industrialization is right here. This might actually be one of the problems of playing Assyria, and when I say that I mean like first world problem, because we're only getting to industrialization this quickly because of all the techs we've stolen. And on top of that, because the siege towers melt cities so quickly, our ranged are just putting out fewer shots over the course of the game. So in this case, I really do think we need to take range first, just because of where we're at. In 3 turns, we can upgrade this guy to a Gatling gun without gimping him. So kind of a no-brainer there, but I thought I'd explain the process in case you guys disagree. Okay, we did take our ranged away from here. As far as trying to adjust this situation, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he can come to here, and we could actually get 2 shots on it. We know it's a musket man, so 2 shots would actually be somewhat useful. Whoops, let's have this guy go as far as he can go. We'll have this guy get tucked away. There we go. I should have checked on where this new camp was before I was doing all that. Luckily, we already have some people coming down here, so that camp is not a problem. In fact, we could have this guy get tucked away here and have him go spy on it just for this turn. So from here, 1, 2, 3, 1, the pikeman would at least be able to tank. So let's do this. Make sure he can reach. He in fact does. So we'll go boom, boom. Get our spy on. Obviously, this is no good for the knight. It's not a that bad of a matchup, just because this unit's kind of like 1 generation ahead. And you know what just occurred to me? There was no reason. We could have just like bounced out and back in. So there was no reason for the pikeman to take that little jog there. But it's okay that he did, because we could actually hit the camp from here now. Not that we would want to. So, well, crap. If he's taking this hex, then that means this guy takes a turn later. What's his health at? 79. 20 is all he need. Alright. Whatever. This keeps the ball rolling, so let's do that. Byblos and they no longer allies. Okay, so this means that we could make friends with them right now, and it's been a while since we've pillaged them, or tributed them. Speaking of which, before I forget, let's get over here and sell off a building. This is the only one with 2 maintenance, so there we go. Although under the circumstances, because if we could burst 1750 this turn, we could just go. So let's see, where was that knight at here? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Excellent. And I'll tell you what, at this point, it might make sense for this guy to just hop in the water, right? Because we are trying to land a worker over here for scouting purposes, but they can't scout like a knight, and they certainly can't fight, intercept, you know, workers, missionaries, whatever. So yeah, let's have that guy hop in the water with his final movement point. He's a little unprotected, which is unfortunate, especially since I'm trying to jump this turn. So, yeah, let's go up to Byblos and see what's cracking here. If we have this guy pillage and step out, we're basically giving up the maximum possibility of gold over here in exchange for a little burst so that we could go right now. But I think that's totally worth it. So before we make that decision, let's go ahead and just double check, make sure this situation still persists. We need this to be less than 85, and it is. So, yes, pillage, step as best you can. We'll make friends with them, and then tribute them. There we go. We made it. Sweet. Ooh, this just got way better. Okay. I'm going to come back to that. There's so much going on right now. I don't want to have to decide on that. I do not like this guy getting ejected, but anyways, he was coming over here just to assist with the expedience of this over here, like so. Okay, so let's see here. First things first, let's gift these guys 500 and 250. Now they should be our allies. We can see they have wine. Okay, and they have quite the standing army. So that is pretty great. They might actually be able to, I mean, in tandem with these guys, obviously they don't behave in a coordinated manner, but if they both focused on Cersei, for example, he would just lose that city without, alright. So we do technically have 2 wine now, but this wine is like right on their borders. It could easily get pillaged. So let's not bank on that. And then the other wine we have is in the capital. So if we did trade it off... Alright, so let's give a gift here. Allied status. Alright, so now we have all that going on. Also silver, so nothing in terms of happiness, which is unfortunate. Okay, so over here... Embarked cannon. So that's a good target for this frigate. And then we can have this caravel say 1. Oh, there we go. That's all I needed to see. 2. Embarked cannon there, but there's no way to shoot it without risking a counterattack. So 3, and then we'll just remember that he has a movement point remaining. 2 movement points remaining. And unfortunately we can't step further because we need this hex for the frigate. Alright, so I think it's go time over here. We still have all of this to contend with as well. Alright, so let's do that for sure. We'll have him back up to here like I mentioned. He can only move that far. Siege tower can move all the way to there. But we wouldn't want it to. Okay, so if I move the siege tower to here, he can land, one of them can land here, one of them can land here, and if he's here, this is a third of a movement point, 1 1/3 shoot with the sapper promotion. That should be good enough. Okay, so he's healing, I think we sold already. No, we didn't? Oh yeah, because I was trying to look at the surge. Alright, so we can in fact sell off the one with the highest maintenance because we don't need the lump sum to reach our goal. We're having like a telethon over here. Let's have Mr. Range. We got to remember that as soon as we conquer Ardia... Oh wait, never mind. I'm getting my promotions mixed up here. These are the ones that can become cannons. These are the ones that are going to be Gatling guns, so this is not dependent on that. Alright, so this one actually has range, right? and this is a hill. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1. So we actually have 2 crossbows that can act on Ollantaytambo next turn. Nice. All right. We will bring a worker with us. We'll dangle him just in case that matters. This great general is coming up to here. He has a movement point left, so let's pillage. That's another piece of gold we could have picked up. Look at that. We were talking before about 182 to get 1,000 gold to buy 1, and now it's like 181, and we have what would have been like, what, 1,8, almost 1,900. That's insane. It just goes to show how profitable war can be sometimes. Alright, so let's anyways continue with that. We know he's coming over here to help. Great General can help. I should have done that before taking the shot, but no difference this time. And we'll have this guy hop on the road here to come help with all this, because this doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. Once we fell this, we can like make peace and then just hop in the water. If we trespass, so what? In fact, with sending all these units up here, we might be able to tribute them, especially if we can kill off some of their military in the meantime. So that's even more money. Okay, moving along. Frigate is heading east regardless, so let's just do that. He's heading west. What else? Worker, we'll just... there's no need to put him to sleep. It's only a few turns. Let's see, over here, this worker... if we tuck him away into the city tower, we can actually move to all 4 of these hills in a single turn. So that's ideal there. We need these guys getting out of here. So there's that. He's doing that. He's heading down south. We just had this camp spawn here, so they'll just get on it. Move that guy. Bang, bang. Let's see here. 5 turns. Let's go ahead and chop this down. Try and expedite that Leaning Tower of Pisa. You're good for there. Alright, these guys are coming over like so. Okay, so it is time to get this on, I think. So let us shop around, see if anybody will pay us to do this. Declare war on Rome. He's not willing to give us anything. He has no gold per turn. She has no gold per turn. So what we can do is see if he'll at least join us. That's weird that Pachacuti is an option. Must decline. Okay, so they're neighbors. And meanwhile, these guys have been button heads. So he might... No. Okay. We'll check with her only because... this is actually the one civ we'll never have to go to war with. She's already lost her capital, so we don't have to fight her. She's also the runt of the map right now. If she happens to say yes to this, then that means the continued warmongering we do with regards to Rome won't count against us. In fact, it might actually work in our favor. So we'll just try this. I didn't think she would, but it's worth a try. Alright. So next, what we got to do is hit the declare war button. Just double check. Wow. That is a lot of gold and some happiness we're going to lose here. But so be it. Down to 19 gold per turn. Of course, that means now this guy can rescue us a little bit. He's got 20 gold per turn. Let's see here. 7 is still good. That's good to know. Sticking with the watery ones like before because it's a continents map, so in theory they are plentiful. We could bridge the gap here with a luxury, or we could try going just with strategic resources. And it looks like, yes, that's good. So on future turns, if he has a nice, sizable amount of money, we can use this, or we can just go straight to the strategic to clean up. Alright, so that doubled the gold per turn we had after choosing that. We need now, okay, so... Whoa, that's a big old list. Alright. So, frigate comes down to here. It's a way to shoot. 1 shot. Oh, look how unhappy he is. 1 shot. Alright, so it looks like our frigates can 1-shot any embarked unit. This will make for some real efficient cleaning up. We'll have him step out of the way of this frigate so that we take this cannon on. Camel Archer. It's probably from Belgrade, right? Yep. Okay. And Geneva gives us faith, which is kind of nice. Alright, so let's see here. He still has some movement points. We could go 1... to... We could plant ourselves into here. I think it's risky, though. Plus, we'll be seen. So let's back it up. Say to there. Leave ourselves with the most visibility. And then this guy still has one movement point. So let us come down to here just to widen it. Whoops, I forgot to tell him to sink his remaining points. There we go. Alright, Great General is fine where he's at. I have to tell him to get it on. Alright, another melee. I mean, at the very least, let's get him onto the road. That way he can start pushing through. Maybe pillage tiles, hop in the water, head to Rome, that kind of thing. Worker, we have one dangled over here. He can come... I'll tell you what. He can come over here. We have this guy here who's going to be coming up here. So let's not rip up the roads just yet. And he's going to be coming over here. So we'll have the worker come here. It's a little excessive, but since we have extra workers, we can start ripping up the roads within Machu, save a little bit of cash because we are strapped now. Yeah, you wait. Wait. Alright, so that's everything. Finally, so much going on here. Thank you guys for joining me. Let me know what you feel about this construction. What I basically was saving it for is I want to count up all the military we've recently built and how they're dispersed and figure out if we should continue building units or maybe it's safe to switch to a bank now since we just tanked our own gold per turn for good reason. But this is exciting time, so thank you for joining me. I do hope you guys are enjoying the series as much as I have. Very exciting episode. I still can't believe that we were planning on next turn having enough to buy this, and in fact this turn we have enough to buy both and go. So I'm really glad we told them off when we did instead of sticking to the original 182 plan. Please leave me a like and subscribe if you feel that I have earned it, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.